I talk about the Bushtec Trailers, since this is the first long trip with it. I got mixed feelings still. It's been nice, but I overpacked. Because I had all the space, I took more stuff than I should have. And what happens is you find yourself rifling through all your stuff all the time, looking for things. But I'll fix that next trip out, no problem. That's the only, no, that's one downside. The other downside is it's always something to worry about. It's got an air ride system on it, and whatever's going on with mine, if you turn the Schrader valve, which is just the valve where your air hose goes, if you turn that valve just a little bit wrong, it leaks like crazy. If you turn it another way, it doesn't. So it's real touchy. I probably just need a new valve, but geez, the thing's brand new. Why do I need a new valve, you know? And if that thing loses all of its air, I'm dead in the water. You can't drag it without air. That's a big problem. If any parts go on it, I've got one spare wheel with a spare tire. That's all I got. If an airline breaks, if a fitting breaks, I don't have nothing. I don't even understand what I need to carry yet. And again, you got to carry more stuff. So it is a burden. Now what I love about it, I absolutely love, is having a cooler. A matter of fact, if you don't get a trailer, I'm going to run this thing out of gas. I forgot to get gas. Oh, I got an extra can of gas. We should make it. That's something you gotta watch on these long trips. Oh, what you should get. The cooler. I seen that gas light and it threw me off. I highly recommend getting a hitch and putting a cooler on a rack back there. That would be an awesome idea for any motorcycle that you can do it with. Because having ice and drinks just makes the ride enjoyable for me. And another thing is, I do have a can of gas. The trailer takes a hit on mile per gallon. So your range decreases quite a bit. So you got room for the extra gas. The other plus, you can camp. I got a tent, a camping chair, and even a cot. The cot barely fits inside the tent, so that's kind of an issue. But it was comfortable. Oh, I got a sleep bag and a pillow, a full pillow. Not some little makeshift camp pillow, a real pillow. So with all that, it's you can carry a nice setup to sleep in. I'm not much of a camper yet, but I've got to start figuring that out. I carried a small camp stove that runs off a little bottle of propane. And that's about all you really need, you know. I got a loaf of bread and some peanut butter, some stuff you can heat with just boiled water. I got a kettle to boil water with, and then there you go. You know, you're camping as far as I'm concerned. Wow. Old junkyard there. Cool place. Let's just stop. I don't want to upset anybody. I got this gas problem weighing heavy on my mind. We are 49 miles. Maybe we'll make it. I got a feeling we'll run into some sort of gas station out here. We'll keep the speeds low and try to nurse it into a gas station's all. So on the trailer, my goals with it are to find out what spare parts I need for this thing and to have them on hand. And that's a big problem because Bushtech is having supply issues. And they've got some parts that are specific to them, like the tires. I haven't had to look into it yet, but from what I'm reading on the forums, you can't get the 6-ply Bushtech tires that are really good and wear a long time. They're not making them anymore. You have to get some 4-ply moped tire. Definitely not optimal, especially if you're going thousands of miles. I don't want to rely on some obsolete stuff. And well, if I know what I know now, well, what am I talking about? I still would have bought one of these because there's nothing like it. I've got the Toto trailer that I can take my dog in. Nobody else makes anything. I've seen some homemade versions that kind of work, but this is the advantage of the air ride system. I mean, there's a give and take. My dog's not getting rattled all over back there. She's riding along as smooth as I am up here. Where the homemade jobs, oh my. Sturgis gave me a clear view of why you don't want to build your own trailer. I seen one guy in a little shadow, and he had a contraption that was way too heavy for his motorcycle. And he was really struggling, and I'm sure that bike was too. And my fear with the homemade job would be they're not riding correctly, so you're getting a lot of shock from bumps in the road. This gas is getting really scary. You're at high risk of breaking a weld on your motorcycle from the weight and the shock of the bumps. And I forget the name of the coupler on this. I'll have to write it down, but the coupler on the Bushtech is designed so that if I wreck, the trailer stays upright. Unless, of course, forces from the accident flip it over. But just the bike going down won't take the trailer down with it. Now the other homemade setups that have a trailer hitch just like you'd find on your car, those aren't going to work that way. If you drop the bike, that trailer's going to flip. Now, I realize most of the setups I was seeing, they probably only use them to get to a campsite with all their gear and then drop the whole works. I get that. So it doesn't have to be that good. But for cruising all the time like I do, Bushtech is the quality you're looking for. But it's still not perfect because of all the supply chain issues. I'm not saying don't buy one. I'm saying don't expect. I hate to say it, but don't expect your money's worth. Because they are expensive, but very problematic and worrisome. You won't feel it riding back there, but you'll be thinking about what's going to go wrong with this extra piece of equipment. And when it does go wrong, now you got a whole different set of problems. They're limited manpower at Bushtech. They try very hard and they often succeed in getting their customers going. But there's only so many people. And there's no guarantee. If I broke down with this, I have to accept the fact that I may be looking for some way to ship this home. I may be getting on a website looking for somebody with a pickup truck that will get it home for me. Yeah, I wish I had an easy answer. I wish I could say, oh yeah, just buy Bushtech, they're the best. That's pretty much, that's what I want to say. But there's no one right answer for everybody. So I'm just letting you know things you're not going to read in an advertisement. And I'm just taking all the things I've learned from the forums and everything and trying to condense it down for you and let you know what type of issues you're looking at. Someone that's owned one longer than me and maybe has had to already do some repair jobs and things, they may say, oh, he's wrong, they're so easy. They may be right. They definitely may be right. But I just haven't had that experience with it. I'm just to the level of, I bought one and took a long trip to Sturgis. That's where I'm at. Boy, isn't that pretty? Look at that. Now, I've ridden around Ohio with one a lot. So this one, people talk about how many miles they've got on them. I have no way of telling you how many miles I've got on this one. But hundreds, probably thousands. And usually it's just my 65-pound German Shepherd. And when she's in there, you really, really don't even know you're hauling anything. Oh, this gas, where we're sitting right on the line now, and we're coming into a town. Are they going to have a gas station? Will we have gas? Certainly with all these farms, there's got to be a little town around here somewhere. I can't believe I forgot to get gas. I was just so excited. I was so excited to get going. Something new, something exciting. Places I've never been to before. Certainly there'll be a gas station in this little town, right? I don't see one. Oh boy. Well, we're only 40 miles. Ah, there we go. What's that? It's a gas station. I'm a business. It's not much of a gas station, but all I need is gas. Wonderful.